We have 3 vineyards, quite exceptional sites, and they're all quite different from each other. They're only 10 minutes, 15 minutes away from each other, but they're vastly different in terms of terroir, soil exposure, vicinity to rivers and the ocean. And so Chardonnay has got this ability here to deliver that specific character, and that's the philosophy behind our brand, is to deliver to you not only a delicious world-class Chardonnay, but also deliver a story and deliver the character of that particular vineyard. So I would generally taste Calgardup Chardonnay first. This is a schisty, sandy soil vineyard right next to the Indian Ocean, surrounded by national parks. And here, the Gingin Clone Chardonnay expressed itself in a very gentle, elegant way. It almost has a sea breeze vibe about it, texturally, and it's got a distinctive salinity about it that makes it quite special and unique. And within this vineyard, we select very small parcels inside these blocks where this Gingin Clone performs particularly well in terms of low yields and flavor profile. So they're tiny batches. We don't make a lot of it. We're looking at anywhere between 4 and 6 bottles of each of these single vineyard wines. So we really try to capture the essence of the land where they are farmed. And this to me is a distinctive character of this particular Chardonnay, the salinity, the ocean vibe that comes through, particularly on the finish. The second Chardonnay that I'd like to present you is Hazel Vineyard. This is where we are located at the moment. Vastly different soil type here. We're looking at gravelly loam soil. So we move from sandy, schisty soil in Calgardup Vineyard to like red dirt, like gravel soil and very rocky soil. Here, I think Gingin Clone Chardonnay expresses itself in a much more powerful way, particularly higher acid level compared to the Calgardup Vineyard, and more yellow stone fruit coming through, more phenolic, more structure. And we're slightly inland here, so we tend to have quite cooler nights compared to the other 2 vineyards. And that is reflected in the one with slightly higher acid levels. And to me, it's like quintessential migrant Chardonnay and a true representation of what this clone does in this region. So it's a step up in terms of texture and power compared to the elegance of the first wine. And you should be able to see a difference between these 2 wines texturally. The third wine, it's a pretty iconic vineyard located on the river band. It's called the Burnside Vineyard. It's one of the oldest planting of Chardonnay in the region. This was planted in the late 70s and beginning of the 80s. Here, the soil type changes again vastly. So we're moving into granite soil with a little bit of like dark loam. And this expresses itself through like much more powerful and textural Chardonnay. The clone is the same as the other 2 vineyards, but what changes is the exposure to the sun, the vicinity to the river. And to me, it's a vineyard that combines power and texture with beautiful natural acidity and very fine balance. And this is a wine that has got the ability to age gracefully over 10 years. As a matter of fact, all of them age pretty well. And I think from a winemaking perspective, for me, what is more important about these wines is not only to deliver deliciousness, which I think a lot of producers do in the region, particularly with Chardonnay, but also to deliver the unique character of these vineyards. For me, it's not about creating the perfect wine by blending different parcels. It's about keeping everything separate and trying to deliver not only something that is delicious, but something that has got its unique soul and character, and it's not possible to replicate that across the fence from where this vineyard is located. So yeah, tiny batches and keep everything separate is essentially the key.